Good morning. It's time to rise and shine. This is Tom Stiles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, the original. Today I'm just going to kind of give you an update of what's happening and tell you about something I found, and I'm probably the last one to find it, but maybe not. So anyway, here we go. First thing first is here's my YouTube channel, and up here you can see we're up to 3,924 subscribers. And a significant thing about that is when we reach 4,000 subscribers, we're going to have a giveaway. Now, I've announced this several months ago, further back than I thought it would be. And if you go and look at my shows about the new Sea Crane Skywave radio, that was given to me by Sea Crane for me to do a review and then give it away, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give that away when we reach 4,000 subscribers. And just to remind you what you have to do in case you haven't entered the giveaway, number one, you have to live in the continental United States. Yeah, I hate to do that because I have a lot of viewers outside the continental United States. And I hate to do this to you, but because of regulations about sending electronics outside of the continental USA, and I have to jump through some hoops, and it's like more hassle than it's worth. So I just don't do that. That's the reason why I just don't do that. But if you do live inside the continental United States, you want to be in this giveaway for this brand new Sea Crane radio, just send me an email to TRRS73@gmail.com and say that you want to be in the giveaway for the Sea Crane radio and state what state you live in. That way I know you live in the continental United States. And actually you don't need to live in the continental United States. You just need to have a mailing address in the continental United States, so I can mail it to you if you're the winner. So that's how it goes. So that's where we are there. Been struggling a little bit lately to try to get that subscriber count up because YouTube does strange things with subscribers. And what typically happens when I get a new subscribers, YouTube sends me an email that says, hey, this guy has just subscribed to your channel. And then what I do is I go to their channel and I go to discussions and I leave them the little thank you for subscribing. Well, lately I've been getting notifications, and then I go to the person's channel and I go to leave a message, and I've already done that 3 months ago. Don't understand what that's all about. So anyway, so the numbers, what I'm trying to say is the subscriber total has been going up and then coming down and going up and coming down. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, so if you haven't entered, better do that, because probably in the next week or two we will be doing that giveaway. Okay, moving on. The next thing that's coming up is this is just a website that has information, so I just picked this one. I won off of eBay a little Kato KA1101 shortwave radio, and it's like in brand new condition. This one that I got used came with the radio, the AC adapter, and the case. That's all it came with. But I got a terrific deal on it, and it looks brand new. So I'll be doing a review of that in one of my upcoming shows. Okay, the next thing I want to show you, and I've already lost the page that I had open before. Let's use this one and go back. Go back, go back, go back, go back. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you that I found a couple of days ago. And like I say, most of you probably already know about this, but it's new to me and I'm pretty excited about it. Is, as you know, the internet is just packed with information on any kind of subject you want to find out about. Well, I do, every morning I do searches looking for information about my hobbies and looking for things to present to you on my show. So here's something that I found out about Google search, that is. I'm going to put a search for short wave radio, which I do a lot. I do a lot of searches on shortwave radio. So there we go. And this gives you everything that's... Why is the phone ringing? Oh. We'll have to wait for my wife to pick that up. It's for her. Da, 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 da. 3 rings. There we go. Okay. Sorry for that interruption. So anyway, this shows you everything that's on the web about shortwave radio. And it has, in this case, it had 1,570 hits. 5.5 million hits. So I was like, man, that's a lot to go through. And I just want articles and books and stuff like that. I don't want to, see, look at all this stuff about things you can buy. I don't want that. So what I found out is you go over here to this little gear and you come down to advanced sort. And there's all the things that you can refine your sort. I can't talk this morning. Maybe I should search for a speech therapist. Okay, so anyway, you come down here and almost to the bottom and it says file type. And the default is any format. That's why I'm getting everything. So I come over here to the pull down and I say, I don't even want PDF files. And so then I do an advanced search. Now I only got 167,000 results. Only 167,000. The internet, I just love the internet. There's so much information. But now I have found PDF files, which are probably articles and maybe reviews from a magazine, maybe even books. I have found a lot of books the past couple of days. I'm not sure if that's okay or not, but anyway, I found them. They're on the internet. I found them. Okay, so you could click on one of these items and it would take you to that PDF and either download the PDF to your computer, or if you have a browser like I'm using Chrome will actually, in most cases, open the PDF file. Okay, let's show you an example. Now I've got some examples and I've already done that, because one thing about this, if the PDF is a big file, it could take a minute or two to actually download in Chrome, in this case, into its PDF reader so you could read it. Or if you're using something else and it just downloads the file to your PC, it might take a while. So in order to speed things up, I've already done that on several. So I just picked a couple of these at random, which I have opened in a separate tab. So we'll go to one. So here's one, and let me go back to the top of it. So this, like I say, this is a viewer that I have in the Chrome browser that opens the PDF files for me before I save it, in case I don't want to save it. So this one is assembly instructions for a shortwave radio kit made by MTM Scientific. Now, this might be something that's 10 years old and maybe that kit's not available anymore, and that piece of information is still stuck out there on the internet. So bear that in mind. So, and this is another thing that I've been looking for, is when I see, for instance, kits, in my case right now I'm looking at Adreno kits. A lot of times, and I'm looking on Amazon, a lot of times those kits come with a manual, of course. And so I've been searching for those manuals that will give me more information about the kit before I purchase it. So that's just another example. So this is the case for this shortwave radio kit. Like I say, I don't know if it's still available anymore, but it tells you everything about this kit. So you can get this information before you actually buy it if it's still available. So that's one example. Let's go to another one. Now this, again, I've looked at these, so I need to go back to the top. So this one came from a website called www.survivalebooks.com. Now, this is a little thing I'm a little bit worried about. Notice it says, "Thank you for purchasing our ebook package." So I'm not sure that should be out there or not. I don't know. Anyway, so this is the book. And maybe it's, a cut down version of the book or something like that. But it's got all kinds of information about shortwave radios. So that's just another example. Let me go on. Okay, again, I'll go to the top. This is from Radio Australia. Now, many of you know that Radio Australia, effective this year, have cut back their shortwave broadcast. Cut them back quite a bit. And so if you look at some old frequency guides that haven't been updated, you may see broadcast schedules that have been eliminated. Well, here's the one apparently from Radio Australia, and it was updated effective 1 September 2015. So this is the guide. Again, I found this by doing a search of shortwave radios. So there's a nice updated guide. That's something else. Okay, we'll look at one more, and again I'll go back to the top. Oops, I lost it. Here we go. Now this one is really surprising. This looks like somebody did a scan of the Radio Shack listening to shortwave book. Now I'm sure this is totally out of publication, and I'm sure you can't buy any of these at Radio Shack anymore, if you can find a Radio Shack. So again, is this now in the public domain? I don't know. But this is the entire book that somebody took the time to scan. It's 58 pages and put on the internet, and I would just happened upon it by doing that sort of shortwave radio filtered by PDF files. So here you go. Another nice feature of this viewer that's in Chrome is you come down here and it gives you these options that you can change the way you're viewing it. So they're showing it full page. You can zoom in, and you can save the file, or you can print it out. Now, if you don't have Chrome and or you don't have this feature in your internet browser, what typically will happen is when you hit one of these files, it'll just download it to your computer, and now it's on your computer. The beauty of this option under Chrome is it lets you view it first and decide whether you want to save it. If you want to save it, you click the little disk icon, and then you can save it. So that's what that's all about. So let me go back here to Google search. So here's the search results. And if I could find one that was pretty good size. Those are kind of short. I wish, and maybe that's another option. I wish it would show the size of the files. No, that doesn't show the size of the files. Okay. Because I'm trying to find one, because what will happen if you click on a PDF file that's like a book, like I did on that Radio Shack book, that took a couple of minutes to download. So that's why I went ahead and did it ahead of time so it wouldn't hold up my show. So just keep that in mind. So anyway, that's and you can do this on any subject, of course. And see, what it's done is by choosing that option under the advanced search, it's added this little option here to the file type as PDF. So now I can go, instead of having to go to the advanced search, I can change the subject. And let's say IAD. I always forget how you spell Adreno. Adreno, file type PDF. Let's see what happens if I spelled it right. Okay, I spelled it wrong and it corrected me. So there's all kinds of things. It's 374,000 files about the Adreno. And let me see if I can find one that I found yesterday. May not be able to find it offhand. See what this one is. Adreno Programming Notebook. And I noticed a lot of universities put these things up on the internet. So this is a programming book for programming the Adreno. I was hoping to show one that was actually a book. And like I say, I don't know if this is kosher or not. I don't think I'll be able to find one right off the bat. Let's see what this one is. Now, okay, this is what I wanted to show you. See over here in the corner, this shows the downloading progress. And you can see this is taking a while. So this is a big document, probably a book. And it'll probably take about a minute or so to download this, and then it will show it. When it's done. And hopefully. There it is. Yeah, this is a book. So whether this is cool to have this on the internet or not, I don't know. But this is a book on, in this case, the Adreno. And I don't know, maybe the author has put this up on the internet for people to download, you know, because especially like in the case of the Adreno, that's what's called an open source thing, that everything, you know, the schematics of the boards and everything is, you know, available to anyone. And maybe this author says, you know, I'm going to help everybody out and give you this free book. I don't know. So I'll leave that up to the user. So anyway, that's the show for today. If you enjoyed this show, please give me a thumbs up. Better yet, share it. And I don't mean copy it and share it the way somebody has done. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.